Hey, it's Tigman. Time for this week's edition of the Metal Box, our weekly discussion on all things hard rock and heavy metal. This week, the Metal Box had a chance to speak with Geoff Tate, the former frontman for Queensryche. He's on a special tour spanning his 35-year career. It is the Geoff Tate, The Whole Story Ryche Acoustic Tour 2017. Check out the interview here. We got Geoff Tate on the phone with us, and very happy to have him on here and speak to him once again. One of my favorites lead vocalists of all time in the rock metal genre. Geoff, thanks for joining us today.
Oh, my pleasure.
Before we get into the tour, which we want to talk about, you've been on the road since January with this acoustic tour. Of course, the split with Queensryche several years back, you formed Operation Mindcrime with some great musicians. Kelly Gray, your ex-bandmate in Queensryche on guitar. John Moyer from Disturbed on bass, another great musician, along with Simon Wright on drums. Love Simon from AC/DC. I guess I should ask you, how is life after Queensryche for Geoff Tate?
It's great. Yeah, just rolling with it. You know,
I hear you.
I don't really think much about that time anymore. I kind of moved on and really enjoying what I'm doing now, and that seems kind of like a long distant memory. You know.
Last we chatted was back in November, just before Thanksgiving. It was Thanksgiving Eve. You did the Trinity tour, which I really dug, with Tim Ripper Owens and Blaze Bayley. You were at the Chance. And then afterwards, we got to hang out till the early morning hours at the Nutty Bar and Grill right next door. It was you were there, Kelly was there, Blaze, and Frank, the owner, and Donnie. And you were actually talking about putting this acoustic tour together. And it's Geoff Tate, The Whole Story Ryche Acoustic Tour. And looking at the press release, it looks like you're covering everything from your 35-year career. And you have a 7-piece band. Are there any members of Operation Mindcrime in this band, or is this a totally different band that you're bringing with you on the road right now?
Scott Martin, my guitar player for OMC, is with me, the only one.
Okay, great. Who else you got in the band?
Yeah, it's nobody you ever have heard of. All new young players who were on the road for the first time and traveling with me, and gosh, we're having a great time performing the set, and really interesting experience, I have to say, because we're playing these really small, tiny, intimate rooms, you know?
Yeah.
And for the first time in my career, I can actually hear what the audience is saying.
Yeah, right?
Because I'm not hitting them with, 110 decibels of metal,
Right.
It's a quiet show, so you can really hear what people say and how they're singing along, and if they get the words right.
Yeah. So this is something unlike you've ever done.
It really is. It really is. And I'm having a fantastic time doing it because it's very intimate, and there's a lot of room for improvisation, with the songs and with the delivery. And I tell a lot of stories about the songs and about my time in Queensryche and about my former bandmates and, origins of the songs, really funny little stories that are associated with certain albums, that kind of thing. And the audience seems to really, really love it.
Sounds like it's a kind of like an old VH1 Storytellers kind of feel?
It has that feel, yeah.
Well, it sounds interesting. You're in New York this week. The Geoff Tate, The Whole Story Ryche Acoustic Tour. I want to mention the New York area dates coming up this Thursday night, the 16th of February. It's Daryl's house. That's Daryl Hall's place in Pauling. You're going to be in Niagara Falls on Friday, the 17th, the Rapids Theater. On Sunday, the 19th, 89 North Music Venue in Long Island, and City Winery, New York City, on Monday, February 20th. You can catch this tour. Geoff Tate, The Whole Story Ryche Acoustic. I'm hoping to catch the show Thursday night, Geoff, at Daryl's place. I've heard good stuff about that venue. Haven't been there yet, but that looks like the show I'm going to try to hit up for sure. This should be interesting.
I've heard great things about that venue, too. I'm excited about that. And also the City Winery venues are amazing. I played one last night in Nashville, and the one over in Chicago played the night before, and both of them are fantastic venues and great food, great wine. It's a great atmosphere to see this kind of presentation in.
Operation Mindcrime. Let's talk about the band. You're in the midst of a trilogy. You put out the album The Key back in 2015, Resurrection last year, and there is a third album. Will we see that in 2017?
Yeah, it comes out in September of 2017. I think probably after the first of the year, we'll probably begin some sort of touring for that project.
Awesome.
And gosh, we've just been having a blast out here.
Well, definitely looking forward to catching you this week. It's Geoff Tate, The Whole Story, Ryche Acoustic Tour. GeoffTate.com has a link for all the dates and the link up to the venue. So this looks like a really special tour you're doing, Geoff. So if you're a fan of Geoff Tate and his work with Queensryche over the years like I am, definitely something special to see. So try to get out and check that out.
All right. Well, thanks, Tigman.
Yeah.
Good talking to you again, and thanks for the interview. I appreciate it.
And that'll do it for this week's edition of The Metal Box. Thanks for tuning in. The rock and roll limo has arrived. We'll see you next week.